So we have seen about the poet. And now, so whatever I have discussed here, it's an overview of the poem. So now you can see the words which are highlighted that will serve you as a keywords. Strong winds breaks down tiny little things. So now we take wind as only as wind. We are not using the phonetic meaning or the symbolism here. So strong wind breaks down tiny little things, right? And so wind will not listen to anybody because it will act according to its own will and wish. So therefore, we cannot escape from strong wind, the effect of wind. So what should we do to protect ourselves? In order to protect ourselves, we should build our home strong, door strong. Okay. So that is what he's talking about wind in a very literal meaning. Okay. And then now actually by wind, he is symbolizing the difficulties and obstacles that humans face in their life. Okay, and the destructive force of these difficulties or hardships, it will destroy only the meek and feeble mind. It will not attack. So the person who is very strong will not get shattered with any such obstacles in his life. Only the meek people, the weak hearts, used to take it so personally, right, and to lose their heart over it. Similarly, the adversities we face in our life shatters. What kind of a person? A person who is with a feeble heart. Okay. And now, so the troubles what we face in our lives. So we can say that it is all the devastation which is caused by the troubles, the problems in our life. What will bring you? That will bring you loss of hope and loss of life. So once after the problems have gone out of our life, even then the effect of it would be there with you. If you are meek, if you are very weak and feeble at heart, if you are not taking it in a very positive way, okay, if you are strong, you will be able to overcome the struggles. But if you are feeble, you have to succumb to the oppressions. You have to submit yourself to the oppressions. Okay, so he suggesting us to be strong physically and mentally. Children, if I take some 2-3 more minutes extra, I'll be able to finish this poem. Let me. So his mental strength is very, very important. Understand, this is what the summary of the poem. Now, the message what he has given through the poem is the wind, which is symbolizing hardships of life, that a person should face hardships of life very courageously. Okay, so any adversities on your way should not make you meek, should not deter the weak-hearted people. Okay, but it should make you stronger. So you have to befriend with the hardships of a life. If you befriend with the problems, it will not crush you. So to make yourself strong, what you should do, you should build your mind strong, build your physics strong, body strong, and your mind strong. In what way? That is left to you. So the first thing is, basic thing is understanding. Understanding that this is a natural phenomena, it will come and go. I have to make myself to the perseverance. If you are determined and perseverant, if you have perseverance, you will be able to face any difficulty. Okay, and this is a poem. And now let us see the poetic devices. In the poem, we have anaphora. Anaphora means repetition of word in the consecutive lines. That is what we call anaphora. If you see second, third, and fourth line of the poem, same word is repeated, don't, right? That means anaphora. Understand? It is not repetition. What we call repetition, repetition of the word in the same line we call repetition. Repetition of the word in the consecutive lines we call it as anaphora. Do you understand the difference? Okay, and there is repetition as well. You can see in the 8th or 9th line, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters. The word crumbling is repeated and the repetition occurred in the same line. That's why it's called repetition. And we have alliteration also. What do you mean by alliteration? That is repetition of words starting with a consonant sound, right? When God winnows, there was a line. When God was doing the process of winnowing, when God winnows, wind, winnows, both have were sound. Okay, so that is alliteration. And the entire poem is a personified poem because here he is personifying wind as a person. He's appealing to wind. He's telling that wind destroys us, right? So as he was personifying wind as a person, the entire poem, it is a personified poem. We can see personification. And apart from that, we can see symbolism. What do you mean by symbolism? When one thing is not referring to it as what it literally meant. It is referring to something else. A word is referring to something else. That means symbolism. As I told you, wind here means the hardships, right? So wind is a symbol for hardships. Home is a like symbol for body. Door is a symbol for mind. So he has used symbolisms as well. Clear? Now, this is the assignment for the day. And why does the poet suggest people to be strong? It's easy. So now the assignment, you have to write all these answers in your notebook only. Okay. And second is the poet is a great lover of mankind. Yes or no? Why? Support your answers. The last is explain wind as a didactic poem. I told you didactic means there are two meanings, literal and connotative meaning. Is the wind only talking about the wind in literal meaning, or it says something else? So just if you think about the symbolism, you can, that is what the answer. Okay, the symbolism what is given over here. Wind stands for what? Home stands for what? Door stands for what? If you write about it, that is what your answer for third question. Is it clear,
So it is
children? Is
supposed
the
to be
point
done
clear?
in notebook.
In the notebook. You have to do it in the notebook. So now, is the poem clear?
Ma'am, for the
Yes, ma'am.
third
It's a
question, you have
very,
to
very, very important poem because it is giving a very strong message for you.